Hello, friend beast. Did you like 3D printing? Sure. Hey, check it out, you guys. I am in LA at Matterhackers, and they printed out a copy of my Boolean Gemini, that's right, Destiny Scout Rifle, and we're gonna put it together so they can put it on display in their fantastic store. Hey, greetings there, fellow makers. Welcome to Prop 3D, your look into the world of prop and costume making using 3D printing. I'm here at Matterhackers, and I'm joined by
Alec.
Alec here. What do you do at Matterhackers?
So technically I'm a marketing associate, but day to day I'm basically printing and running back and forth the entire time.
That's great. That sounds like a fun job.
It's fun, and then, you know, 3D printing, so sometimes it's not fun.
Well, I was going to be in town, so I got a hold of these guys, and I sent them the files for the Boolean Gemini gun that I made in our last season of Prop 3D. Because I figured this would make a cool display piece.
Oh yeah,
here at
absolutely.
Matterhackers. But it's in pieces. So you did most of the printing on this?
I did all of the printing on
You
this.
did all of the printing. Well, I'm interested to hear about what you did to print this, what printers you used, what materials you used, and we can maybe see how it differed from how I did it.
Sure.
And for those watching at home, I printed mine all on the Ultimaker, and I used Matterhackers Pro PLA.
Sweet.
So what did you use for yours?
So to get this printed pretty quickly, I used a mix of different machines. I think these big barrel pieces were printed on an Ultimaker 3 in Matterhackers Pro Series Silver PLA. Some of the taller parts, since I didn't have access to the extended, I used the CNC raw stock. And I think I printed this piece and some of the handle and foregrip pieces along with the rails on that.
Cool. Did you have any problems?
Some of them, like printing this, I printed this front sight was the only piece I printed at a 0.1 millimeter layer height. The rest is all 0.2 millimeters. I wanted all things fast, and when I'm printing, I only print at 0.2 because that works. It's quick, but it still looks good. But with this front sight piece, it detached twice.
It's kind of tiny.
Yes.
And these little guys here.
And those like to just snap off and float away.
But these take what, like a minute or two to print?
Yeah. Well, I printed all these at once, and that may have been a bad choice, but it worked.
Cool. Well, it looks pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think we need to put it together because it can't go up on the wall like that. So, because in the last series when I built mine, we kind of split up the whole assembly. I figured it'd be fun to put this thing together, and then I can kind of talk through how I cut it apart so that you guys get a pretty good idea of the thought process. Obviously, I didn't just slice it apart. I did it thoughtfully so that the pieces would lock together and so that it would help with painting. So, let's get started.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
The first thing we need to do is to modify this piece here.
Yes.
So you found that this doesn't quite fit in. Here, do you want to show on the camera there?
I will show that.
It doesn't quite fit all the way. I don't know what went wrong when I printed it, but it's a little long. But there's a solution for that. And it involves using tools. So I'm going to saw through the end of this and remove it. Now this part you'll never see.
Right.
It'll be hidden. But let's see how this goes. Just using a... Oh yeah, that'll go right through it. So I just have a saw on my Leatherman there, and I'll just cut through this until it fits. You don't have a bandsaw here, do you?
I don't have a bandsaw.
Okay.
I have a hacksaw.
Hacksaw might be better. Oh yeah!
All right, take your pick.
I think I want to use this one. So, oh yeah. Oops. Oops.
Yep, that oops with that saw is a little concerning.
All right, let's use the hacksaw.
It's
not as fun, but it
maybe a little more delicate. Oh yeah, that's the way to go.
Try not to cut into your countertop
This
here.
countertop is not worth worrying about.
Oh,
there you go.
Right into the countertop.
That's fine.
All right,
We've
now
repainted it like 3 times now.
Let's see if that fits now.
Hey,
Hey, and that nice locking sound there. We can glue that together, I think.
Perfect.
Let me grab some glue. You guys always fly with super glue, right? We got our instant spray.
Perfect.
Got super glue taped up so it doesn't explode in my luggage. Let's do that.
Did it?
It has before. This did not.
Good. That looks like a new bottle. Or you just take better care of your bottles.
No, it's a new bottle.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, I don't think we need to sand or anything in there. There's enough of a positive lock in there that if we just put some super glue in and lock it all together, then we'll be pretty good. Trying to figure out where it's going to touch down.
I think you're a bit more conservative with super glue than I am. I kind of coat everything, probably to a fault, but...
A little goes a long way. So I'm going to spray on this with the instant set stuff so that when I push this together and hold it there for just a couple seconds, it will cure. Just like that. Give that a try.
There we go. Perfect.
Excellent. Then we work our way up. I think these pieces go in here.
And when I was test fitting these, some of them were a little snug.
Oh, yeah.
And that one,
Yeah.
that was the part that was snug.
It's a little bit snug. Now, when I put mine together, there were some pieces, yeah, a little bit of an
Support
issue there.
stuck a little bit too well in that spot.
I definitely had to do some sanding and stuff. When I modeled this, I didn't plan any sort of tolerance, no gaps between them, so that there was no, everything is snug, let's just say. But these pieces were designed to be printed.
Yeah, see, that's snug.
That's just in there now. I designed these pieces to be printed separate so that they would fit in my machine, basically. This one doesn't want to come out, so let's just put some glue in there. And it's just like that now.
It's just going to stay there. Good thing it fit.
Yeah. And we'll put some in there. Like that. And then I might as well put this one in there because that glue is still kind of wet. And these pieces, there are indents where they lock in, and that helps a lot to keep the pieces from wanting to fall apart or slide apart. Sometimes I see people just cutting pieces right in half. Then you got to worry about making sure those pieces line up.
Right.
But with this, you're good to go.
It registers.
Yeah, and I just put my hand on a bunch of super glue, just like that. Do you have paper towels?
I do have paper towels. I'm pretty sure you're probably out of luck now. It's now part of your skin.
It is. So that piece goes in like so, the barrel there.
You want
And
some
then
blue tape to hold that?
we'll just use this sprayed stuff.
Okay.
And then this can go on top. And that's a pretty good lock right there, I think. So here you go. I'll hold this. You put some super glue down.
Oh boy.
So you just put it right there.
Okay.
And
Let's just do some of that.
that's good. That's plenty. I'm spraying the back of this here, and then making sure.
I will hold it now.
You hold that, and I'm making sure that it's upright like that. And that fits together quite nicely. There we go. This is all flooding back to me when I built mine, because that was quite a while ago. All right, we'll do the same.
Pretty sturdy now.
Pretty sturdy. I'm going to just put glue on here, and you can spray the top of that. Very cool.
Okay.
And then this, let's get a little more on the bottom here. There we go. And then just kind of clamp it down my hand. Does that look?
Yep, that looks pretty straight.
There we go. Cool. And then this piece can get tucked in there.
Does it line up back there? Yep.
Very good.
Looks good to me.
Now, if I was going to finish this, I would probably sand these surfaces, but there's enough, like, there's enough going on to keep them in place. I think this will be pretty bulletproof for a wall prop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Funny story too, when I glued these together, they were off a little bit. I had to sand the crap out of that thing. But this time, what I'm gonna do is attach these as we go. Because if I put this on that rail like that, the way it's supposed to go, when this piece goes on, they should line up exactly
When you line
right.
them up the right way.
Yeah. And also there's a...
Yep. Oh yeah, I spotted that in
I
there.
had to sneak my, my thing in there.
does seem like you get a little more control just with the little knife.
I don't know what that is. There's some kind of... definitely not blood.
For a moment, I thought it was blood, and I thought that had a funny story behind it.
No, I have no idea what that is. There we go. That should fit just fine now. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Now the trigger needs to go in first because there's no way to get that in there. Otherwise,
the trigger
pretty snug.
Was pretty snug, yeah. Which you may need to also.
I brought sandpaper. You guys probably had.
I have sandpaper if you.
We got this stuff here. You can just sand that bottom part down a little bit.
So I would have taken an 80 grit to that, but you're going a lot finer.
This is the first thing that I grabbed.
Oh, well then that works.
Okay. This is protruding a tiny bit, so I'm going to saw it off with the saw
with the new
tool.
New tool.
Where's the?
I gotta find it again.
This would be an awesome time to have a bandsaw.
That is the one tool we don't have. We have, you know what? We have
there we go.
palm sanders. No.
All right.
No desktop stuff.
A little bit of issue there, but we got the trigger installed, and now we can put that
now
together.
It'll fit in there.
And then this part goes like that. But we can do this first. So
yes.
You want to glue up that part
sure.
there?
I'll take it a little easier on this try. Let's see what's going to actually make contact.
There.
Okay.
So we got to go up there a little bit.
Let's go just like a little.
And then right there.
Up top here?
Yeah. Some of these pieces like this, I printed separately because it would just be easier to print, I think. It seems like why I did that. Or I cut it up in
we can both
parts.
agree that's why you did it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we have no way to disprove
I'm
that.
so thoughtful.
There we go. Perfect.
Cool. Just like that. So this piece here doesn't fit quite right. So what I'm going to do is just file it out a little bit. I think with future projects, I'm going to try and include a little bit of tolerance, a little bit of a gap so pieces fit together better. But this is really a side effect of me not really know what I'm doing on this project.
And I mean, you did just kind of design this for you.
Yep.
So you knew you were going to go in and file and sand and finish. So
I tend to design that way. I'm like, I'll just sand that off later. I use the term design with air quotes. Design. There we go.
oh yeah, that's much better.
Okay, cool. So this piece is ready to go. That'll go on. I will put glue on. I have a pretty good idea. You can spray that with the stuff.
I know where this sticks. I can do that. Okay, now I know where this sticks. Okay.
There we go.
Let you stick that on there. Oop, that's fine. That's fine. We'll paint over it.
There we go. There's going to be some gaps on this, but
It'll.
if any one of you guys wants to go in and finish this, you can go in with Bondo and totally clean that up.
If that's anyone, that would be me.
Right. There's a bit of a gap there, so I'm going to kind of do this.
Use the gap filling super glue.
I like the gap filling super glue. So I'm just spraying all that so it doesn't dribble out on my hand.
Or the table.
There we go.
Which it might still be.
Oh, very good. Right there. Cool.
Yeah.
So progress right there. We're making good progress. Let's continue with the handle.
Okay. Oh. This goes up here. Wait.
How did I make this?
There we go.
And then this part goes on there. So let's make sure that's going to fit before I start throwing stuff together. Maybe this goes together first, and then that goes on.
Yeah, that feels right.
That seems like the right way to do it. Cool, so let's do this part here first. Now, when I was doing this originally, I did some of this a little bit differently because like this piece got glued together and then painted separately. So we're going to do it a little bit differently this way.
If anything, that just means more masking tape,
Yeah.
which there's plenty of supply at a 3D printing place.
Okay, cool. So I'll put glue on this. You spray that with stuff.
I think that's the best way to do it with the both of us.
There we go. This gets stuck in like that. There we go. And I'm making sure that it's lined up in the top and bottom orientation. And then this
should fit in there pretty
fit in
snug.
just like that. So this, a little bit of a gap there. It might be covered.
It's not going to be covered.
You'll fill that with Bondo later.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
All right. So we're going to glue there and there.
Okay.
And this goes together.
This is really coming together.
It really is. And my finger's stuck to it.
Well,
I did not bring my super glue debonder.
The green stuff, yeah.
There's that.
See, I've never bought that. I've just dealt with it.
I'm gonna
maybe should start buying that because I get
Yeah.
it all over my hands a lot.
give it a spritz. There we go. Feels pretty solid. We're making good progress here.
So how much infill did you print yours at?
I think like 20%.
Okay, so
Yeah.
about the same. I did 30.
All right, we're at the end here, and this should be able to go like that, and then this should be able to go like that.
Yeah, that one was snug. I think it's fit up in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Cool.
So we'll do this one first. And again, oh, did I print? I'm trying to remember how I painted these, if I did them separate or not. I'm trying to figure out like why I did all of this complicated mess.
Well, from what I remember, this was like the beginning of your designing. So maybe
Yeah, I started back here.
maybe you thought that was a good idea, and as you progressed, you figured out it was maybe a little more than it needed to be.
It is kind of interesting to design on the fly because I printed these pieces as I was still designing it. So I designed part of it, and then I'd print it out, and then I would design the next part and then print it out. And I would have to react to the issues that came up while I was doing that.
I'm gonna leave the super glue to you. You put
Yeah.
Instaset on that side though.
Did I?
You did. So
Well, then the clock is ticking. I got it.
do it.
There we go.
All right, we made
And
it.
that's actually quite snug all by itself. So we don't need to clamp it or anything. Cool. Look at
That's
that.
most of a gun.
That is most of it. Let's keep working here. So we'll do this next. And like I said before, I did this separate last time for mine because I wanted it to
Cause
paint. I wouldn't have to mask the top of it.
yeah, because this part ends up being yellow and the rest is basically gunmetal.
Yeah. But we're just going to glue it all together. I am going to just round over some edges here to make the fit a little better with one of the tools on this thing. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Got this crazy file. So let's... And this is where, like, if you have one piece that doesn't quite fit and then another piece that doesn't quite fit over time, then you will get a piece that doesn't fit at all. So you may find you get to a point where errors have compounded
Yes,
and multiplied.
that is an issue I learned back in my Pepakura days.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we're ready to do the next part here. I want to put this middle one in first because the fit on that's a little goofy. So let's do this. Just need some right there. And I'm, yeah, gonna spray it like that. And then we're gonna do, we practice this. We're gonna get it all set up and lined up and then just give it a little bit of persuasion. Cool. Now
Alright.
hopefully this piece still fits behind it. And it's pretty close. We may need to modify that just a touch.
Okay, let's
With
break out the
a
hacksaw.
hacksaw. The front of it, I think, needs to lose about a 1/16 of an inch. Let me use the crazy saw on this thing.
Just Gotta flip to it. There you go. Just don't take my fingers.
And then this should fit. Yeah, look at that. So we'll glue it up. That can go in there.
Yep.
That's extra. Cool. Spray it. Try not to breathe this stuff in, by the way. It's not the best for you. Pro tip.
Pro tip for sure.
There we go. That should be enough.
There we go.
Now this piece can go on the end, just like that.
Wow, that's the bulk of it.
That is. Like that. Give it a spray. Oh, let's do the back of this here. Oh.
Put it, yeah.
There we go.
Put a little.
There we go. Put the front on there. Make sure that seam lines up fairly well. Awesome.
Cool.
Let's do we'll do the magazine last, I think. These go on in a particular way that I don't remember. So if it's not game accurate, then I'm sorry. I think it's supposed to go on like this.
I think.
But this piece needs to go on first. I designed these so that they could slide off if you wanted to. This is based on the dimensions of an actual Picatinny rail. But I just glued mine on. So we're just gonna slide that on like so. This is in two pieces because it was an afterthought, because I forgot.
That's making its way.
Like so. And then this piece will just get glued on like that. And that won't come off, I don't think. It seems like that's pretty secure on there.
Yeah, I think that's
give that a spritz.
That's where that's staying.
All right, and then I'm just going to line it up by hand, like that. Give it a quick clamp, like so.
Now I hope that's facing the right way on there.
It is.
Okay.
You made me second guess myself for just a moment. Okay, so hold the gun up there, and then this will end up getting slid in there. Now this is another one where like this edge probably won't fit really well, so I'm going to file the crap out of it with the other tool.
That's a really good file.
Yeah, that I didn't know I had. I'm just going to glue it in kind of up a little bit. It's going to go. Oh, that camera gave up. It's all right. And I will spray this.
Okay.
Like so. And we're just going to make sure we hold it in a good place until it starts to kick. There we go. Cool. All right, progress. We're almost done. We'll do the same thing with this. We can glue this thing on. Did you figure out how this is supposed to go together?
I saw how it goes together. I just didn't put it together because this is your rifle.
Okay. This should fit in there, but it doesn't quite. Oh, wait, it does. There we go. Never mind. I mean, it fits perfectly. I figured it would be difficult to print all these tiny bits all in one go, so I printed them separately. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's why I did it that way.
Why you made it an assembled piece instead of as
one
piece?
And I figured it'd be easier to sand this tiny little piece if it was separate. These little pegs suspend this sight in the middle there when they go together.
There you go. That self-aligned. Cool.
And then I should be able to center it. There we go. There we go. So that's what we're going for there. And then that can get glued on the end of this. But I bet we don't have to glue it. I bet.
Sweet.
That is not going anywhere.
Just a little tap.
That's going to get glued down like that. Just like so. And people ask me what I like for adhesives for 3D prints, and I just go with super glue. unless I need some more working time, I'll use a 5-minute epoxy. But super glue seems to work pretty great for just about all the 3D printing stuff I do.
What I've actually started doing is, like if I'm gluing together two parts to like a shoulder piece and I have access to the other side, I will back the super glue with 5-minute epoxy.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. This is for a costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, something with needs some structural integrity.
Where there's, I don't have these like keys to go together. It's just flush, so that works to hold them.
I'm just going to add a little bit up here.
Cool.
It's not perfectly level, but it is cured that way, so that's how it's going to be. All right, cool. One last thing to put together. So that was designed for magnets.
Which is the one thing we do not have.
Yeah.
Besides straps.
So we may just glue this down, I think. Just glue that right there.
Glue it there with that or without that?
I think we're going to omit this.
Cool.
Cool. But this is just a flat surface, so we will sand it up a little bit. Grab that guy there. There we go. So I'm just going to sand this surface a little bit.
It's my favorite sound.
Oh, yeah. And then sand this. Cool. I actually found that the magnets on mine don't have enough positive lock so that if you bump it, it just falls off. So on mine, I'm actually probably going to just glue this on. The magnets were cool, and if I had designed it differently, it would have worked, but you want to spray that thing, and I'll put the glue on the thing and
put the thing here.
Make sure that it's in the correct orientation.
You put glue there?
It's not going to touch.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all right. So, yes, thank you. That's going to go like that. And that's pretty good.
It's one piece.
Very cool. A little bit of a gap there, but you can fix that.
Of course, yes, I can.
Excellent. Here, let's show it off on the thing there. There we go. Very nice. Awesome. Well, that was relatively painless. It only took us 20 minutes to half an hour. I'm not exactly sure, but
we're just going to say that.
Yeah, it was a good time. So there you go. That's how the whole thing goes together. So you've printed and assembled many things.
Oh, yes.
How does this stack up? Judge my work.
This went together a lot better than anything I put together.
Hey, all right. That's high marks.
I like the keys. That is something I'm
cool,
going to try and incorporate.
Very, very good. Cool. Well, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about some 3D printing tricks for whatever it is you're working on next. Of course, we're going to have more 3D printing videos coming out in the next few weeks, so check those out and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, Matterhackers has their own YouTube channel that you should totally go subscribe to as well. What can people look forward to over there?
Ooh, we have a couple different things in the works. We're going to be doing a new one on how to use Tinkercad.
Oh, cool. That's like a entry-level kind of...
Very entry-level.
Yeah.
Basically just cubes and cones and cylinders and spheres and just how those go together.
Cool. So if you're looking to get into 3D modeling and you're a complete newbie, that's a great place to start.
That'll be coming soon.
Yeah. You guys also have an amazing store, Matterhackers.com. That's where I get all of my filament. I just got some Ninja Flex recently that I'm very excited to play with. And what else? I guess that's about it. We'll be shooting videos on the Matterhackers channel while I'm here as well, so look forward to those. That's it. That's the Boolean Gemini, all done, ready to go up on the wall.
Oh, it's going right up on the wall.
Yeah.
Right now.
Cool. Thanks for the help.
Thanks for coming.
And we'll see you guys all in the next 3D printing project. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our new weekly prop and costume tutorial videos. For more goodies, head over to our website where you'll find blueprints, tutorial books, articles, and more. We also have a second channel for our Q&A show and extra behind the scenes videos. Thanks again and happy crafting.